Welcome to the shop. Hope you're having a great day. So the ceramic platen that I have on my 2x72 is cracked, so I'm going to show you how I make a new one from scratch. Are you ready? Here we go. Welcome back. So check it out. Here's the new shirt. Evader knives. Not a weapon, but a way of life. See, it's a little different than the other one I showed in the last video at the end. It's up on my website, which I'll put in the links below and up on the cards. I went to Home Depot and I bought this whole chunk of steel, and then I was looking through my scrap and it turns out I have one that fits perfect, but that's alright because I'll cut that up and use it for straightening blades and stuff like that. I like to make a new one just in case there's a problem with it or something. I still have the old one to put back on there, but I don't know if I can find that one. So anyway, alright, make sure to like this if you like it, dislike if you don't, subscribe, all that good stuff, comment below, but let's just get right to it. Well, let's get these belts off here. This KMG gets some more modification. Now on this one, I cut the steel too big, which it really didn't need to be. I actually welded a piece on, and let me take this off, I'll show you, but I think I'm going to cut the next one just a little bit shorter. But the thing is with these KMGs, now I don't know how yours works if you don't have a KMG, but the KMG, this, let me lock this down. With the KMG, it has some room to go back and forth. So you have a little bit of wiggle room, and here, you know, you can slide it forward and backwards. Now, the plate I got, I already checked for straight. I'm pretty sure these are 5/16 threads, but I'll have to double check. And see, this is not what came with the grinder. I made this myself, you know, JB Weld, but JB Weld, just like we're getting ready to do. But you can see right here how badly it's cracked. It's all messed up. And it didn't crack from use, it cracked because I was trying to do something. I think I was trying to straighten this because I felt like it was moving a little bit, and I took a screwdriver and wedged it right there and it cracked. So yeah, don't do that. First thing we gotta do is get these layouts. We gotta get where these holes are laid out. So let's go back to the bench and I'll show you what we're doing. So I broke out my dies to check it, and I was wrong. It's not 5/16, it's 1/4 inch. Which I have a whole bunch of 1/4 inch, but we still don't want to lose these. What we're going to do is lay this out and drill and tap it. A little trick I learned from AVE, or watching AVE I should say. In the shop we have dirty fingers, especially when you're pulling off old rusty stuff off your belt grinder. So we place that there. There's one hole. There's the other hole. Look, I already got pieces falling off this thing. Ooh, I gotta be careful. Because I'm using JB Weld. You know, you can use two-sided tape, whatever you want to put on it, but I like JB Weld. So, it's gonna have a layer of JB Weld over this anyway. I know this side is straight. These holes are lengthwise. But to make sure we get them centered, we're going to have to mark center here. That's why we always want to leave things, you know, just like I preach in knife making. Always leave things big so you have room to make mistakes and make it smaller. Transfer punches, I'll put these down in the Amazon links. We just need the 1/4 inch one. Put a piece of tape so it doesn't move. Right in the middle there. Oh, right in the middle. Now what you want to do is find out the drill size to tap out your 1/4 inch or your 5/6, whatever your screw is. You're going to have to find your tap size. For 1/4 20, it says 3/16. I'm not going to tap this on my mill. I got the 1/4 inch spiral taps, but I'll just do it like this since it's only 2 holes. And A lot of people don't have spiral taps or a mill and all that, so we'll just do it this way. It's not gonna take a lot of time. Now that I'm gonna probably eat my words for saying that. All right, here we go. Just countersink the holes. Looks like we need a 1, 2, 3 block to elevate it. Full honesty here, these holes, I drilled them and they came off just a little bit. So I marked center on one hole. I'm just gonna take a measurement from these two and make them exact because yeah, we all mess up sometimes. I could just hide it and act like it came out perfect the first time. That's just not me. I think I was hurrying and I punched it wrong. I'm so used to using centering bits. My fault. Alright, I like using centering bits. That way I know the punch doesn't slip or nothing. We're just perfect right where we need to be. Let me go measure it so I don't waste another piece. When I looked at it, I could tell it just didn't look right. So I pulled on the other one that came off the grinder. It's 6 3/4 from here to here, and then center of both, which I should have done in the first place, but I was trying to be crafty about it. Let me double check before I drill. All right, we're all good. See, the thing is, when I've got these punched, if they were not centered, I could always flip it over and do it again. But once you have them drilled, yeah. This is one of those projects where I was like, oh, this will be quick and easy. So of course you kind of drop your guard and don't pay attention, and then you make mistakes like that. It's one lesson I learn every time I do something I think it's going to be simple. Oh, it's going to be simple, so it'll just be real quick. Then I end up having to do it twice because I mess it up. Let's get back to the bench and tap these bad boys. Let me countersink them first. All right. To the tap, or to the bench to go do some tapping. So I got the Tap Magic cutting fluid. Got my 1/4 thread. Got this. I'm just, you know, I can put it on my mill and do it in 2 seconds, but might as well do it like this. Anyone else see a problem how I have it clamped? I always lose the pieces here and bend them up and stuff like that, so it's just a nail. Make sure we're starting off nice and straight. 2 turns forward, 1 turn back. Break the chip. I shouldn't, if you guys haven't tapped stuff, you know, I'm no expert on it, but if you feel a little bit of pressure, back off. That's when you break your tap. You don't want to break your taps. It happens to us all, but it's not fun. I think we're through. Just barely. Let's go a couple more turns. Yeah, there we go. Oop. On the floor. Here's the thread that came out of it. There we go. Getting it started is the hard part, keeping it straight. That's this that's crooked, not the actual tap. One thing, when you start getting frustrated, because I mean I had a whole bunch of problems getting this in straight, and you get it going, don't just start twisting because you're pissed off. You know, take a breath, step back, check it, make sure it's all straight, and go, because that's how you break taps. by just getting impatient and frustrated and going in like a bull. Ask me how I know. And, you know, if I wasn't doing it for camera, I would just go over and hit it on my mill real quick. But honestly, for 2 small holes, setting all that stuff up on the mill probably take as long as just doing 2 by hands. It's just as easy this way. Yeah, see, we're already through. See, I talked my way right through it. Calm down a little bit. Yeah, I was starting to get frustrated because I do half a turn here and go crooked. And it just wasn't biting. But now we got it done. Yeah, boom, here we are. Man, that hand threaded in. The other one took a little finessing. There we are. So now what we got to do, I'm going to put a bottom like I did on this one. I welded a little bottom with an 1/8 inch piece right to the back of it, and then, you know, sand it down and all that and get it good. That way you don't have to worry about it slipping down. This time I'll start measuring everything, because that's what I did. I came back here and I measured in between. Now this we're all nice and centered and all that. Now on the KMG there's a little give, so it doesn't have to be completely perfect, but try to get it in within, you know, a 1/16 or a 32nd if you can. Machinist square, these are down there. These are in Amazon links. I know I push Amazon links, but trying to build this channel is, you know, if you guys watch my live stream and stuff, you know I hate selling, but I got to kind of teach myself to do it, and I don't know any other way. We'll go center, and I'm going to make it actually 3/4, because I'm going to add an 1/8. Let me cut this on the bandsaw. Markers are down on Amazon too. And this is the top part is where I want it smaller. See, before I rounded that off, but we don't need it like that. Let me cut this and then we'll get it welded. We'll cut both sides. I'm going to cut it a little big, but we should be alright. Let me cut this. I'll meet you over at the grinder to see how it fits. Alright, so see, you have a little bit of room to move it. So as long as you can get it to line up, you're good. Boom. That's pretty good lined up. I'm going to put a piece of tape over both holes because I don't want the glue getting in and messing up the threads. That's why I tapped it all the way through. I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off the bottom of this. You see, we can actually go up a little higher and then weld that piece on there. It sticks out anyway, so, you know, we should be good. Yeah, be careful. I hit this on the corner and put a little crack, so it looks like that's going against the platen. Oh, also, make sure to put like top and bottom, because I flipped this over and it wasn't working, so I flipped it back and it worked better. You know, with that little with a little bit of variance, it might work one way better than the other, and it worked this way. So I'm going to mark top here and bottom here, and that way you know this is the inside. That way you can put your lip out here. So I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off here. Alright, got my headgear on, let's cut this out. Alright, I might not have a platen on the front, but I have one up here. Now I know this is the bottom because it's well sanded. Alright, let me go cut a piece of 1/8 inch, you know, to fit this and a little bit of a hangover. I'll be back. So here's our little piece. I'm just going to clean it up for welding, get everything straight. I'm not going to show the welding, it's just going to be a couple tacks. You know, just something to hold this in place. Alright, let's get this all cleaned up. Everything clean and ready to weld on and stuff like that. I'll meet you back here to get it all tested out. Alright, figured I just better show this. Boom, boom, boom. Just gonna put 2 tacks and there we go. Yeah. Or maybe one little bead or whatever the mess is. Not too bad for my work. Not too good either, but for me, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's grind this down, get it all flat, and see how it looks. Boom, the glass is now higher in all spots. That's just a lip to hold it so, you know, in case it gets too hot and the JB weld, you know, gives, we don't want the platen sliding over. Let me put this back on here. Before we glue this up, just double check everything, make sure everything's moving, and the piece this piece is going to be sticking up a little bit. If you see that, it's just sticking up a hair. Maybe it's not. Okay, but it is. It looked like it was sticking up higher, but it's not. But I still want to round this front edge just because the belt's coming over it. I tested it on here and it seemed to work. So I got a 60 here. I'm just going to take it lightly. You got to be real careful with these things because they'll pop. It's 20 bucks, but let's give it a try. Now, good to know, it does round it off, so, okay. Do it at your own risk, though. I'm not telling you to, because if you press too hard and crack it and breaks off in your hand or whatever, then I can't take responsibility for that. Ceramics cutting ceramics, who knew? Alright, let's get this glued up. I got my blue tape down here from my JB weld. Got a popsicle to mix it all with. I'm putting this up on 1, 2, 3 blocks because I was thinking, man, you don't want to clamp down on that. I was thinking maybe put a piece of wood over and clamp to the wood. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the tape is a good idea. That way it'll just keep it in place as it dries. But, yeah, so I can keep it up and all that. But let's get this JB weld mixed and all that stuff. As you can see, I put tape over the holes just a little bit. You know, that tape isn't going to interfere with the glue or anything. It's just to make sure the glue doesn't go down in the holes and mess up our thread. There we go. Alright, I think that JB weld's a little old. But that's alright, as long as it works. Get it up to a nice gray consistency. Spread it on like peanut butter. I mean, we got this lip at the bottom, so it really doesn't matter. Now, I just got to make sure where I just sanded off is at top, so might want to move it around, get all the air bubbles out, you know, make sure everything's flat, lined up, tape, top, ta-da! Let's get this all capped back up. I think it's time for some new JB weld. This stuff's probably a couple years old. And if you've watched the last video, where I did all that etching, I found my spray bottle. It was on the floor under my disc grinder. How it got there, I have no idea. Just wipe off this excess, whichever it is. We're done. Now we just have to wait. The worst part of epoxy, you have to wait. Voila, it's the next day. Everything looks good. I figured I'd unwrap the tape live. Well, not live, but on camera. Live! On camera! Edit it down for your pleasure. I gotta say, I'm definitely glad I put tape over those holes so you can't see it. We're all good to go. Everything's tight, nice and smooth, ready to go. This is all smoothed over. This is all smoothed over, so I'll meet you at the grinder. So I made sure to leave my screws sitting right on top here, right on top of my VFD so I wouldn't lose them. Now, like anything, you don't want to tighten your screws down till you get them both in. Yeah, we should be alright. Both wheels spin. Alright. And that's it. We have a Platen. Yeah. So there we go. I like to stick it out just a little bit from the wheels, but let's get it running. Haha! Boom! That's it. We are done. Alright, meet you back at the bench. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed that. It might be a little bit long for just putting the platen on, but now you know the whole process. You have to adapt the tools if you don't have the bandsaw to cut and all that, but taps are pretty cheap. You know, other than that, I did it all on the grinder. And if you don't have a drill press, you can use a regular drill and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I hope that helped. On to some more grinding. Hope you liked it. Please like, please comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Leave comments. What kind of platen do you use? And if you do use a ceramic platen, did you make a separate one or did you use the one that came with the grinder? So this is a new shirt. Evader knives, not a weapon, but a way of life. I've got 2 or 3 other shirt designs up on my website with Amazon links and 5 knives. All that stuff is all down in the description. Links to the website, all that stuff if it's not up in the cards like on the phone. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day. And as always, take it easy.